If you or your loved one is impacted by diabetes and have questions, the Barbados Diabetes Foundation has the answers.
It's always easier to reverse diabetes, certainly control it properly and avoid complications if you at least know that you have it.
But it's just again to re-emphasize the importance of good diabetic care. And diabetic care involves really almost every part of the body. So it's your feet, your heart. But again, we're coming back to what our main focus is at this time is the eye care.
The Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, is your source of diabetic care. You can reach them by calling 243-EYES, 243-3937.
Hello, inside. This is the Maria Holder Diabetes Radio Show.
That's right.
Heard every Saturday on VOB 92.9 FM.
Correct.
Brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and Republic Bank, the power to make a difference.
That's right.
15 of the most eye-opening minutes you will ever hear on your radio.
100% correct.
But I'm here to get my eyes open.
Well, you have come the right place. Ladies and gentlemen listening, stay tuned as we commence 15 minutes of health information especially targeted at diabetics and pre-diabetics. Morning to Larry Mears and morning to Larry Mears' friends who are all listening. This is Peter Boyce here. By now, everybody should know about the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Don't tell me you don't know about it. How could you not know about the place to go to get your eyes screened for diabetic retinopathy by calling and making an appointment at 243-3937? Something that once you're diabetic, you're supposed to do every year. So you should know. How could you not know about the podiatry services available at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center? Here's just a few of those foot services: nail cutting, corn and callus removal, biomechanical assessment, wound care, management of ingrown toenails, nail fungal management. If you have not had those things done to your feet recently, or worse, never had them done yet, you need to call 243-3937. But if you find that your feet swell up, that might be a different kind of problem which needs a different service, which is also available at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. If you find you have bad circulation, your feet swell up, it might be time for you to get a vascular screening where you can see on the computer monitor exactly what is happening with your body while you're doing the screening. The number to call to make that appointment is 243-3937. All those services, the same number, connects you with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren, St. Michael, right behind Morris Gibson Polyclinic, right on a bus route. That is where you can find them conveniently located. So once you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, you need to go there and make that a popular place you go. All right, peoples, listen up. It's time for our topic for this morning. It's again about managing diabetes in schools. Now, we've been talking a lot about that recently, but this is going to be a more detailed session. So if you have a child that has diabetes that's in school, you need to stop whatever you're doing and listen to this segment. If you're washing videos, if you're sweeping the house, if you're on your phone, on Facebook, stop and make sure and listen. If you know someone who has a child with diabetes, you should call them now and tell them to tune into VOB. Today, we are going to be hearing about the 10 things the school staff should know about type 1 diabetes, which would help understand the condition and support children in schools. And this will be presented by UWI Head of Department of Clinical Sciences and Consultant Pediatrician at QEH and Clinical Manager of the Ian Woosnan Type 1 Diabetes Registry Project, Dr. Michelle Lashley. Here is Dr. Lashley.
10 things the school staff should know about type 1 diabetes, which will help understand the condition and help support children in school. So number 1, children do not outgrow type 1 diabetes. With type 1 diabetes, they have this for their entire life. The cells in the pancreas that produce insulin usually have been destroyed or don't work very well, and they will always have to take insulin injection. Unlike the adult type diabetes, changes in lifestyles and diet would not improve type 1 diabetes, and they should not be pushed to just eat only certain types of foods, because they do need to manage both food and insulin. Point 2, insulin is a treatment, but it doesn't cure diabetes, because without insulin, persons with type 1 diabetes will die. And this is very important for the school teachers to remember and to understand, because we need to support and encourage the children in school to take the insulin. Some of the older adolescents feel as if there is a little bit of stigma associated with managing or taking injections in school and prefer not to be seen to take insulin. But then with the school support and this, they can manage their diabetes care much more efficiently, since we know that insulin is the only treatment. Point 3, it takes a lot of work to manage diabetes. Even though the children look fairly healthy, it's because their families are really working hard with them to try and keep blood sugars in what we call a target range, meaning within a narrow range to which they will remain healthy and not have any complications later on. But to do this, they have to check their blood sugars very frequently, and they have to act quickly when they recognize something is going wrong. So they may be able to still do the same things as other children in the class or have special treats, but they may have to contact their parents, particularly if it's a younger child, and how this will fit in with their normal dietary management, and if they will be able to partake in activities such as extra physical activities over the course of time. Point 4, technology is helpful. So we have children who have special meters. We have the individual glucometers that they come to school with, the work that have the input, and we have special pens that just dial up the insulin, and they're able to give it without having to draw up with a syringe. A few students in the school system may even have an insulin pump. And this is just another way to deliver insulin. Having the students wear glucose monitors on their arms, which are called CGMs, or continuous glucose monitors, relieves them from having to prick their finger and have blood put onto a little machine. But none of these devices just work by themselves. They are not robots. The people have to monitor their blood sugar, they have to monitor their food intake and activity, and they still have to make some decisions about how much medication is given. So technology on its own will not work unless they manage it related to the decisions they're making. Point 5, the blood sugar level can change very quickly. So from 1 minute to another, they can go from low to being too high. And even though we recognize that a low blood sugar can be treated, it can also go quite high quickly if too much is given to treat that. And point 6 is, if there is a low blood sugar, it needs immediate attention. Students will feel very strange when their blood sugars are low. And if the teachers suspect the blood sugar is low, they shouldn't leave the student alone. They should encourage them to check it, and they shouldn't be encouraged to take one of the little fast-acting sugars, which might be half a cup of juice or a special glucose tablet to help this. With point 7, the other extreme is that high blood sugar may mean that the body has to then bring those blood sugars down, and one of the ways it does this is the child has to go to the bathroom quite frequently. When the blood sugars are high, the body tries to flush out the extra glucose in the urine, and children with type 1 diabetes or anyone on diabetes care would need to have unrestricted access to the bathroom. I know sometimes teachers feel that the children might be pulling a fast one and want to go frequently, but if they notice this is happening to a child who is known to have diabetes, they should either inform the parents that this is happening, or they should encourage the child to check a little bit more often and see whether those blood sugars are really very high. Point 8 is, children with diabetes can eat most foods unless they have an allergy or intolerance. They can eat anything the others are eating as long as they have enough insulin to cover it. So once there is a little school function, and now we know with the new school nutrition policies, they're not likely to bring to school the sweets as they used to before, thankfully, but by planning ahead and communication with the parents, if we know that there's an event, the children with diabetes can be included in all of these activities. Share some of these extra treats, making sure that their blood sugars remain normal by controlling how much insulin might be given that day. Point 9 is that even those older children who are independent may need help. And this is not all the time, but from time to time. So at school, the teachers should check in with some of your older kids. Just see how they're doing, making sure sure that they're still all right. Sometimes as they get older, they're plagued with the concerns that they're tired of diabetes. They want this to be over. They try to pretend it doesn't exist. And you do get depression and anxiety and difficulties managing the blood sugar because they want to feel normal. And I think the teacher's role is to recognize what's happening within the school day. Are they still doing the same things they used to do? And if they're not, again, checking in with parents to make sure that they can effectively be managed either in school or out of school. This is also where the school social workers and guidance counselors play an extremely important role, because they are the ones who can assist with those mental health issues anyone with a chronic disease may suffer from just because they're getting tired of doing the same things over and over. To bring my last point, children with diabetes want to be like everyone else. They want to fit in. They don't want to be singled out. They don't want to be pointed out from the front of the class saying, hey, the one in the back or in the second row has diabetes. But they want to know they're still supported and that they can feel included. So with those first big 10 points, I think that the school and the teachers can be extremely supportive. They do need to know some big things. What is a high blood sugar and what is it and what to do? What is a low blood sugar and how do they manage this in school? And how do they navigate the school system for food and physical activity are just some of the other things that the teachers can learn about to be able to help our children within the school system.
Thank you, Dr. Lashley, for those 10 informative points about managing diabetes in the school system. Because we want our kids' school days to be happy days, which becomes the segue for our song of the day. We go to the music of the Mighty Sparrow. All you vintage Kaiso lovers listening are gonna love this one. From 1972, this is the Mighty Sparrow with School Days. Compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center and Republic Bank.
In days of old, when men were poor and paper was not yet invented, men used to wipe their glass with razor grass and walk away quite contented. A riddle, I see two old man be. They be so fast that they make me laugh. A riddle, run down quick, little boy, run down quick. The donkey trip and your sister stay. So little boy, run down quick. A breeze between two mountains pain. Plenty pain. Water lay down and water stand up cane. It's sweet, sweet cane. Them was happy days, really happy days. School days was happy, happy days.
Book your vascular or ABI screening test today by calling the Maria Holder Diabetes Center 243-3937. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-EYES 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done.
If you are looking for an institution that's dedicated exclusively to the management of diabetes in Barbados, that offers a range of services that caters to both diabetics and pre-diabetics, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren St. Michael, is the answer for you. Whether it's diabetic eye screening, podiatry, or vascular screening, you will receive a level of service and treatment that exceeds any you might receive regionally or internationally. So if you are listening to your radio right now and need to make an appointment or need more information on any diabetic issue you might have, make that call now at 417-5980 or 243-3937. The last 15 eye-opening minutes you heard on VOB was brought to you of the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, and Republic Bank. Until next time, remember, your health is your wealth.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937.